People gonna have to clear the area.
Give us something to use and we will.
Just please leave. This is a hospital, not a police station.
Here they come now. Hey, what about the bulletin?
Half here into Olivia St. John.
Are you heading up to question her right now?
Okay.
Have you received any indication that she, in fact, is prepared to change her
Please,
story?
let them through.
All right. Look, you want a statement? I'll give you a statement. I'm always happy to cooperate with my friends in the press.
Since when? He must have broken the case.
As it turns out, I'm happy to confirm Dr. Monica Quartermain's announcement that Olivia St. John has, in fact, regained consciousness.
Oh, good.
I'm on my way to see her now, and I expect her to shed some new light on this case.
Like naming her real assailant?
Well, you never can tell.
Well, I think she already has. It's Anna Devane Lavery.
Maybe she wishes to change her mind.
What makes you so sure she will?
Well, you see, when we first spoke, she was in shock and rather groggy. Now I understand Olivia seems to see things a little more clearly. All I will say is that stick around, because this case may start to get...
Commissioner! Come on. Why don't they have an update? I can't believe that they're not going to follow up on a report like that.
Honey, sooner or later they will.
All I can get is music.
Well, we could always dance in the meantime.
Aren't you in the least bit concerned about Olivia's condition?
I'd be more concerned than she ever gave to me, let's face it. Come on, put the radio down. Let's relax, okay? It'll come eventually.
I don't want to miss the news.
Well, what are you expecting to hear, honey? Even if she does come out of this thing and remembers what happened that night, she's not going to name us. She never saw us on the balcony. So why don't we just leave the guessing to the cops, okay?
Because I am not an innocent bystander. Because I went to Olivia's suite to kill her and I fired the gun.
So what do you want to do now?
I want to turn myself in.
You did that. And look where it got us.
I'm not going to run this time.
You'd have to turn me in, too, this time.
What do you mean?
First thing Scorpio's going to ask you when you go back to him is where I am. You passed on all your opportunities to tell him so far. You're saying you're prepared to give him that information now?
Coffee, hon? Coffee.
Yeah, sure.
It'll help you settle that big dinner we all ate. There's got to be some more news about Olivia.
You can bet the reporters are camped down in that hospital room.
I'm surprised you're not there.
I would be if I thought I could get anywhere near her.
Maybe it's the break Anna's been waiting for.
Or the final nail in her coffin.
Yeah, if Olivia names her again.
Let's see what happens.
Oh. Thanks for inviting me to the party, Ruby. I think I'm going to be heading home.
She sounds like she would rather not have been on the guest list.
I didn't have to come.
You don't have to leave either.
How do you know what I have to do?
Excuse me for trying to make it easy for you. I was just going to say you don't have to leave on my account. I may be leaving myself.
Come on, everybody. Nobody has to leave.
Well, I may have to. I have to call Robert. If I can't get in touch with him, I may have to run over to the hospital. Anything's better than having my ear glued to the radio.
Aren't you going to stay and help me with all these dirty dishes?
Why don't you ask Jake to help?
Well, honey, 6 hands are better than 4.
Unless they're at each other's throats.
Honey, I asked you to help me with the dishes, not dance with the man.
Well, then dance Jake right out of here, and I'll scrub till dawn. But if Jake stays, I'm gone.
All right, going to place?
Yeah.
Good.
Commissioner Scorpio, there's a call for you.
Well, you take that with you. I want to check on our patients.
Yep. Louis here. Give it to me.
How is she?
Well, for a patient who just came out of a coma, she's remarkably comatose.
Maybe she hasn't heard about her miraculous recovery.
Well, then she's the only one who hasn't. The whole hospital is talking about it. I guess your plan is working.
So far, so good.
Now what?
Well, I've got to talk to my people, make sure that there's no slip-ups.
Listen, Robert, are you reasonably sure no harm could come to Olivia?
Whoever did this to her is still out there. They're going to try again. This may actually save her miserable life.
Not to mention what it would do for Anna.
No, it would have been so much simpler if she could have just told the truth. Instead, we've got to go through this elaborate charade to smoke out this would-be assailant. You going to help us, Sweetcakes, one way or another, and it'll do this to you. And you give me the person that did, and I'll clear her once and for all.
General Hospital, brought to you by Play School. Parents trust us to be in the forefront with the best, from crib toys to computers.
What's this about Olivia?
Olivia?
Phil just told me there's a report about her on the radio.
Really? Well, don't worry about it, honey. The hospital regularly issues reports on her condition even when there is no change.
This sounds different. Come on, turn it on.
No, honey, don't do that. You're just going to get up.
Has apparently regained consciousness. Miss St. John has been in a coma since shortly after identifying Anna Devane Lavery as the person who shot her. The question now is, will she stick to her account or name another as her would-be murderer? Authorities believe someone else tried to kill the daughter of mob kingpin Victor Jerome, but as yet have not identified possible suspects. Commissioner Robert Scorpio was interviewed a short while ago as he raced into the hospital to meet with Miss St. John. He expressed confidence that she will, in fact, recant her previous statement and reveal the identity of her real assailant. We'll bring you further updates as they develop.
I might have known Olivia wouldn't go out quietly. I've got to get over to the hospital.
No, honey, don't do that. Why don't you wait until the doctors call you? I'm sure they will if there is anything to report.
What am I supposed to do in the meantime? Just sit around and twiddle my thumbs?
Is there anything else we can do but twiddle and pray?
Now, you've all got your assignments. You all go to your posts and you stay there unless otherwise ordered. Now, we have thrown a blanket over the hospital, and I have no intention of letting Olivia's assailant get through it. And as you all know by now, it's no secret that I want to clear Anna Devane, but not jeopardizing another life in the process. Now, you question anything. Anything that doesn't look right, ask a question. Use your brains and your judgment. The person we're up against is extremely clever, so we can't take anything for granted. Okay, go to your posts and good luck.
Nurse Kleinenberg, please report to nursing administration.
So, now the fun begins.
Nurse Kleinenberg.
My gut tells me we won't be waiting very long.
Well, if Olivia's assailant buys our story, he or she will think they have to move fast to risk being exposed.
That's what I'm counting on. Okay, I guess we better get to our position.
Oh, I'll show you the room that we've set up for a command post. It's down.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Hardy's Lonely Hearts Club, I presume?
Well, if yours is in need of repair, I'm always available.
I'm afraid I'd have to take a number.
What's this?
Found messages. All from Louise. You know, I think it's time that you stop dropping hints to your not-so-secret admirer and just told her outright.
Told her what?
To stop throwing herself at your feet.
Come on, Louise is not throwing herself at me.
Oh, imagine what it would be like if she did.
Look, Simone, we've been over and over this.
I've gotten nowhere.
Louise simply wants my input on a report that she has to do about the daycare center.
Tom, there's nothing simple about what Louise wants.
She's after the emotional point of view.
That I believe.
As soon as I'm finished helping with Louise, she will forget all about me.
I wish. Look, why don't you just take a look at this last message, okay? Where she makes herself very available to you at any hour and just says, come on by the apartment whenever you want.
So?
You're really enjoying this now, aren't you?
Not particularly. I guess your jealousy is somewhat of a backhanded compliment, but it's completely unfounded. Louise's interest in me is purely professional.
Tonight is the night, my beautiful Tom. I am going to make you forget all about Simone. And then you'll be mine. And mine alone.
Look, I'm going to be in touch with Robert constantly, you can bet on it, so that when I find out something, you'll be the first to know. All right, hang in.
How's Anna?
She's trying her best not to keep her hopes too high.
She must be climbing the walls. Has Olivia named another suspect?
I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, what did Robert say?
He wasn't there. I spoke to Chief Lewis. They're over at the hospital now.
Are you going over?
No. I'm not needed over there now. I'd only get in the way. I do need to be by a telephone, though. Do you mind if I hang out here for a while?
Oh, not at all. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm very beat. I'm just going to hit the sack. Thanks, kids.
Good night. Bobby.
What?
There, that's better.
I really have to go.
About the other night.
Forget about it, I have.
I don't think so, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. You have every right to be uncomfortable around me.
I wasn't asking permission.
We need to talk.
Talk or dissect each other's love life?
Look, your relationship with Scotty Baldwin...
What about your relationship with that woman in South America?
Does all that matter right now?
You brought it up.
I did not. Well, cut me some slack here, will you?
Why? So you can hang yourself with it?
So I can make a confession.
Save it for the tabloids.
Bobby, we may never be able to resolve our differences. But don't you think it's foolish not to try, considering how much in love we were? Have you ever wondered why two people so much in love could not make it work?
About 1,000,000 times.
And stay here and talk about it. Look, I'm convinced we were victims of forces beyond our control. Please, stay and talk. That we may be able to find out what those forces were.
Okay. Let's talk. But I don't know what forces you're talking about, because if you and I didn't cause the problems, then what did?
Hot time in the old town tonight.
Oh, Scott, what are you doing here?
Checking on you. Alone again?
No, actually, I'm just waiting for Amanda Barrington.
Well, you know, Lucy, it's always polite to wait for your guests to join you.
Well, she phoned just a second ago and told me that she couldn't make it.
Oh, okay, so live it up then, huh? A little water on the rocks, rabbit food. Some girls really know how to have a good time.
Well, go ahead, help yourself. Would you like my napkin, too?
No, thank you. Let me ask you something. How come two hip, happening, charming people like ourselves are always alone?
Just lucky, I guess.
What's the matter? Problem with Christmas music?
No, I am just not looking forward to, these holidays this year.
I know what you mean. I haven't gotten up for Christmas since Laura.
Well, yeah, you're right. It helps to have somebody to share them all with.
It certainly does. We used to be like kids back then. I had this star that we had picked out together, and we put it up on the tree every Christmas Eve. One year, I even dressed up like Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah? So what happened?
God, I really miss Laura this time of the year. I always think that I've kicked it. You know, I'll see like old people walking down the street, you know, holding hands in the snow. Or like families with kids coming out of stores with presents, and it just just always floods back to me just how miserable I am. Christmas. Who the hell needs it? Oh, come on, don't tell me you still believe in Santa Claus.
No. I'm just amazed that you're talking like that.
Like what?
Oh, you know, like a real person. I mean, you just told me some feelings and that you actually hurt and care, and you're not just talking about making these deals and making big bucks all the time.
Who's talking?
Oh, yeah, well, it takes one to know one. Did you ever wonder what it'd be like if some Christmas by magic you got absolutely everything you ever wanted? I mean, do you think you'd be happy?
Boy, I sure hope so.
I don't know if I would be. Do you know what I wanted the most when I was little for Christmas?
Probably your own trust fund.
No. I wanted Santa Claus. And not all the toys and all the stuff that he would bring. I wanted that guy to be with me all year long to play with. You know something? I guess I was probably pretty lonely even then.
Well, you know, you've always had your aunt.
Scott, she got herself invited to the Hardys for Christmas along with Tony and BJ, and she didn't even think to have me invited. She didn't even bring my name up.
Well, Christmas is a month away. I'm sure you've got to figure out a way to get included in those festivities.
Yeah, you're damn right. I always do, don't I? And I'm not going to invite you because you're probably going to be a big celebrity and you're going to have all these invitations coming out of everywhere.
Probably right. Things are going, I'll ban a lavery convicted like that.